Hello guys, Packin here. What I'll be sharing with you guys is a in-depth review of the Graflex Shop experience with customer service, as well as an item that I received that is a defect, which I've noticed. Alright, so on my last video you would notice that it is very positive that that when I first got it, after over 5 months of waiting, I was really happy with the finish because I didn't see any marks on the finish. It is, very shiny, and I was baffled by it. But if you really look closer, enough, you will notice that there are certain imperfections on this hilt. This is fine. Now the back is fine. It's stamped really nicely, although you could tell that this is a replica because vintages would have a raised section when they are stamped. When they are stamped, they have these little bumps to show that it's been raised. So, and if I was really nitpicking, I believe that some of the letters over here should have been raised a little bit more to the upper edge, but besides the point, this is still a well done replica, but this is a good tell to let you know that this is a replica, not a vintage. But anyways, the issues that I found is that the lines show that this one is thinner on the fourth line from the bottom, where it goes regular line, thinner line to regular line. So I'm getting that one, hopefully getting that one replaced. Again, this is an in-depth. I mean, I do like the stamping. The stamping is really crisp, but except that small area, that small part. Which kind of becomes as a little bit of a disappointment if you really look into it in detail. Alright, but the most disappointing about this piece is this part. As you know, when I went onto the Graflex Addict support group on Facebook, they told me, and along with the vintages that they have, that this here is supposed to be flat. As you can tell, the light bends downwards. The light bends downwards in an angle. It's very faint, but you can tell the light bends downwards. So as you feel your hand across next to that bump, you will notice that there is a dip, a slight dip on the sides of the upper half section, whereas this area is supposed to be flat and uniform all around. And I was told that it is the stamping that's been done by TGS. They've done it this way, but the thing is that when they modeled this hilt, they modeled it after vintage. So if this is supposed to be a replica of that vintage, well, this part is not accurate. So this is clearly a defect in the bending of the circle area. So these are the issues that I've came across from the Generation 2 models that I have in my possession for this review. Even though my first review shows a lot of positives, but when you really look into it in depth, you can really notice a difference when you feel it. And there's a defect, and so I did reach out to TGS about this issue, but they were very resistant to assist me on this issue, because at first they claimed that every vintages are like this, that each vintage has a bend by the bump section, but I had to reach out to the community and ask them if this is true, and they said this is not true because there is not supposed to be a bend in this area, which is very disappointing for me. But the finish is nice. That's a big plus. I see no imperfections with the finish, but to be told that this is like this is what a vintage should look like by the TGS puts a bad experience with their customer support. And also their support tells me that if I need to send these two back, which has a defect, they would not provide a prepaid return label to ship them back. They said that if I want to get them swapped, I'll have to send them back myself for me to pay shipping on my behalf. So this is one of my negative experiences with the TGS, even though that I've been waiting over 5 months for this hilt. At first they said to send everything back for a full refund, and I was really shocked because, why would I want to wait 5 months just to send it back for a full refund, But I know that this is a rant, but that's not really good customer service. I mean, if I were to take my time to show you that these have a defect and take my time to do some research and give them the research materials about why these are not compared to a vintage, they should take that in consideration, because I'm also helping them out. If they have manufacturing issues, they can actually look at their batches if they come off the same issue as I have and everybody else that bought from their site. And I know this is a long rant, but I'm just really unhappy with how TGS is treating me. I was waiting over 5 months for a really nice Graflex replica just to enjoy, just to appreciate. But these little, this one, the top half mostly, is what really upsets me the most. So I hope TGS, after this swap, I hope that TGS would do it right and would satisfy this customer, because right now it just feels like a real bummer, in my opinion. But anyways, I hope this experience with the TGS don't reflect on everybody else. I hope you guys don't have the same issue as I'm experiencing. So anyways, that is my review with the TGS support, as well as my in-depth review of the negative side of the Generation 2 that I've received. So anyways, this is Packin signing off.